Greetings hobbyists, this is Artisans of Vol. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Kamvas 22 Plus from Huion. So I've been sitting on this review for a little bit because ever since I heard Blender 4.3 was coming out with its new sculpting setup and interface with the pens all located at the bottom, I thought I'd leave it till this came out, as I thought there'd be a bit of a renewed interest in sculpting, as it's just become so much more friendlier to do on things like a tablet with these all displayed at the bottom. The second reason is that with Black Friday coming up, there's some really big discounts on various tablets, and this puts the Kamvas 22 Plus at a very tempting £409, £110 off the £519 normal price. And even at that normal price, this is good value, so this is just a fantastic deal. So this is the graphics tablet itself. I thought I'd spend a bit of time talking about its vital statistics, some of the design elements that I think are really key in deciding if you want to get a tablet or not, and is one of the areas where this really shines out. We'll have a look at just how well it performs, and then I'm going to have a bit of a conversation about if you even really want a 22-inch tablet, because that was one of the biggest questions I had. It's a pretty big device, and while this may be great for doing things like artwork, is this something you want when using for sculpting and things like Blender, which is obviously the thing I generally focus on the channel. The active surface of the tablet is 21.5 inches across, and if you want to move away from the Savage Tongue and more into Imperial, then it's 476mm across, or just over, at 1920 pixels, and then 268mm down at 1080 pixels. So a really nice 16.9 aspect ratio. Now these sizes are correct for both the Kamvas 22 Plus and the Kamvas 22, but I really want to highlight this: do not buy the Kamvas 22. In my opinion, it's just such a vastly inferior product, you don't want to go near it. And here's why. The first thing is, well, it's Black Friday, so the Kamvas 22 Plus is cheaper than the Kamvas 22 would normally be anyway, so just get the Kamvas 22 Plus and get all the added bonuses. But the other important things are that the colour quality is better with greater contrast, it has a better anti-glare surface, not that the Kamvas 22's anti-glare surface is particularly bad, it's just that the Plus is vastly better, but most importantly, the Kamvas 22 Plus has a laminated screen, and that is a really big deal, because it means you can use the whole area of this awesome screen without getting any minor issues or annoyances. Now, if you don't know what lamination is, what it means is that the front glass is connected directly to the screen, and what that means is you don't have any gap between them. Now the reason that this is important is because of something called the parallax effect. Effectively, if you've got a distance between the glass and the screen, you're getting the pressure sensitivity felt on the glass, but your eyes, being at an angle from where they are on a large tablet like this, means that you're seeing something else from the angle where you're pushing down on. Which means you're actually pressing here, but your mind thinks you're pressing here. And that's really annoying. Whereas having a fully laminated surface pretty much does away with that, with some really minor exceptions on the extreme corners on the biggest of tablets. And I haven't noticed any of that on the 22 Plus, so you get the whole of this surface working perfectly. And as I've already said, it's a beautiful, highly contrasted screen. The other thing tablets can do, if you're used to using a mouse, is that we get this touch sensitivity, which is really handy because it means I can draw nice light strokes that will be less deep and then harder presses for stronger brush strokes. Or you can vary the strength of your press on one stroke, which you just can't do with a mouse. The Kamvas 22 also comes with a stand, which you're not paying any extra for. And I actually mean a proper stand here, not those pitiful little legs that you get on some graphics tablets, but a full-on stand. And that means if you prefer shallow drawing heights, then you can do that, or if you actually prefer something a bit more extreme, you can go for whatever angle up to nearly vertical. And I'll come back to why that's so key in a minute. But before I do, I just want to go through some of the other design features that just show how much thought has gone into this product for use in the real world. Simple things like the latch for the stand being at the back but at the top, so you're not left fumbling around when you want to change the height. And then putting the buttons for the power and other things at the top as well, so that when you're setting it up, it's really quick to do all in one go. Then you've got the extra USB-C slot that's actually located on the side of it, and where I keep my Kamvas 22 Plus is on my desk, meaning this gives me really quick access if I just need another USB slot for some reason, or yours aren't easily accessible. Then you've got this little pen donut that it comes with as a pen holder, which is nice because they've designed it to hold your pen horizontally or vertically. And then so you don't lose them, inside that is where you've got all of your spare pen tips and the device that allows you to get them out and put them back in. And it's these subtle design features that just make a product more usable, and I really like that. Then you come to the purchasable add-ons, which have some really great options. You've got single and dual arm mounts, in case that's the way that you want to go with this. And they're available discounted at the Black Friday sale as well, which a lot of other companies aren't doing. And I want to give a special mention to the Kamvas Mini, which is an absolute bargain for what it does. And unlike similar products, doesn't try to do weird things with the buttons in strange configurations. They've just put as many buttons as they can possibly fit on a grid and made it really easy to set up using their software so that you can program those buttons to do exactly what you need for whatever you're interested in using the tablet for. You've also got a handy dial that you can set up for something that needs you to rotate, and you can set 3 different functions to that, so you can just click through them using the dial as a button as well. Again, just really nicely thought out. So I guess the big question that I really wanted to answer with this is a 22-inch tablet just too much if you're using this for something like sculpting in Blender? This is a very different use of a graphics tablet, I would say, than if you're doing artwork. We don't have a need to make massive brush strokes, and this is a really big device. Let's be clear about it. It's not a small amount of desk space that this is going to be taking up. And as you can see here with me just playing around, it's not like I even use the whole screen. I generally just stick to the center of it. So is this any different to the Wacom Cintiq 16 that I used to have before I got this? Couldn't I just be using a smaller screen after all? And my answer to that is actually, I found this really handy to have a larger graphics tablet. Not because I want to do big sweeping strokes or anything like that, but because it means that I can see more of what I'm designing at any one go, so I can make sure that things like sizes are in relation to one another. I also don't have any issues taking up a bigger space of my display with things like brushes and other things that I might want to use and have represented, so maybe some sort of reference material that I'm going off of, because it's just up there in a corner instead of getting in the way of my sculpting space. Now, there are clearly negatives to a big screen. The main one that's demonstrated quite clearly on Huion's website is that it's just not very portable, as opposed to all of the other smaller graphics tablets that they've got that have carry cases available to them. There isn't one for anything as large as the Kamvas 22 Plus, not even their backpacks. So if mobility is the thing that you're after, this probably isn't a good choice for you. But on the other hand, if desk space is your concern, like it was for me, thanks to the awesome stand that's included with it, you can just set the screen to its near vertical limit and then put it on the side of your desk, slotting anything else that you might not need basically behind it. And doing that, it takes about 25 centimeters of space, way more compact than my old Wacom Cintiq 16, which is why that's been gifted away to a friend. And I've had the 22 Plus for about 7 months now, and at no point have I regretted that decision in the slightest. So if that is your concern, I wouldn't let it hold you back on getting a great bit of kit. If you are interested in purchasing this or anything else from Huion, there is a link to it in the description. It is an affiliate link, which means it helps support the channel while costing you no extra. And along with the fantastic patrons that support the channel, it's one of the main reasons that I'm able to do these videos quite as regularly as I do. So if you do use that link, it'd be massively appreciated. If you do have any other questions, feel free to throw them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them as best as I can. Have a great day, guys.